Today, let us understand the topic of theories of management. Before starting theories of management, we need to discuss about what are the different periods during the evolution of management thought. The significant contribution to the management thought could be brought under four periods. The four periods were period of management awakening, scientific management period, the human relations period, and the modern management period. During these different periods of management, some famous exponents proposed some theories to management. In the first period of management, that is period of management awakening. The period of management awakening was characterized by the onset of industrial revolution, growth and diversification of commercial activity. The validity of the traditional techniques of the management was questioned. During this period, certain pioneers challenged the traditional approaches to management with their new ideas and approaches. One of the famous exponent during the period of management awakening is Robert Owen. Robert Owen was the first person who spelled out the mostly neglected critical issues relating to the personal management. He believed that performance was influenced by a number of factors such as shop floor working conditions, working hours, housing facilities, training of workers, provision of canteen, rest places, etc. So he thought that these are the critical issues relating to personal management. The management has to fulfill all these, or the management has to provide all these facilities to the workers and employees in order to improve the productivity of the organization. The next period of management is scientific management period. The scientific management period holds prominently two greatest exponents of classical theories. That is by Henry Fayol, who was a French industrialist, and F.W. Taylor, who started his career as an apprentice in engineering and later rose to the level of a shop superintendent. The first famous person during scientific management period was Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol defined managerial functions as forecasting, planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and control. He defined six types of activities to be accomplished in every industrial organization. That is technical, example, production. And next one is commercial, buying and selling activities to be carried out. Financial is nothing but procuring capital for the business. Security, that is protecting property and people. Accounting means maintaining the accounting books, preparing financial statements. And managerial, that is planning and controlling of the business activities. And Henry Fayol proposed 14 principles to management. So these 14 principles are guidelines for the management. Out of which the first principle of management is division of work. According to Taylor, the work is divided among the members of the group based on the people's skills and talents. He said work will be distributed among the workers according to the qualifications, according to skills, talents, and abilities of the individuals, so that there is a possibility of increasing the productivity of the organization. The next principle is authority. So authority, according to him, authority means it is the right to give orders. It must also be adequately supported by a responsibility. And one more principle is discipline. Both the employer and employee should respect each other by obeying the rules and regulations of the organization, so that there is a possibility of maintaining industrial peace in the organization. And next principle is unity of command. According to Fayol, he thought that an employee should receive instructions only from one superior, not from n number of bosses. If there are n number of bosses, then there there should be a confusion between employees. That's why an employee should receive instructions only from one superior. One subordinate should have only one boss, not n number of bosses. And unity of direction. Where the objectives are similar, the action plans should be similar. And also, subordination of individual interest to group interest is also one of his principle. And remuneration. The wages and salaries must be fair and bring out the best possible commitment in the employees to achieve the organization goals. And centralization of authority. Authority is said to be centralized when decision-making powers are retained at the top level. The degree of centralization or decentralization is determined by the needs of the company. And also one of his principle is scalar chain. It indicates how authority flows from top to bottom level of the organization. And his other principles were order, equity, stability of tenure of personnel. Means this indicates the organization should avoid frequent transfers of the employees much before they settle in their jobs, and also taking initiation. And the last principle of Henry Fayol is aspirate the corps. This means teamwork, implying that there is a unity in strength. These principles reflect how the organizations should be structured. They also explain how the managers and workers should be taken care of. So these are the 14 principles of Henry Fayol in the period of scientific management. The next greatest exponent during the scientific period was F.W. Taylor. Taylor is the father of scientific management. Taylor was passionately interested in the efficiency of working methods. He was the first person to recognize and emphasize the needs for adopting a scientific approach to the task of an enterprise. Scientific management was the process of applying scientific principles to management related issues. That is, developing scientific methods for research on each operation, replacing opinions or rule of thumb. Selecting and training the employees. Develop a suitable organization to make the workers responsible. These are the some of the important points. So in Taylor's experiment. Next period of management was human relations period. So during this period, the famous exponents were Elton Mayo and Abraham Maslow. In one of the Hawthorne experiments, Mayo research team examined changes in the amount of light available in the work area. The conclusions from Hawthorne's researchers were individual workers must be seen as members of a group. Informal or personal groups influence the behavior of the workers on the job. Are some of the conclusions from the Hawthorne experiments. And the next famous exponent during the human relations period was Abraham Maslow. He was a psychologist. He identified human needs in the form of hierarchy, ascending from the lowest to the highest. The hierarchy of Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory explain. So, what are the physiological needs? Safety needs, affiliation or acceptance needs, esteem needs, and self actualization needs are the needs of the employees, which he'll always see. So, how to fulfill these needs. So, these are the some of the theories relating to management. That is Henry Fayol's 14 Principles to Management, Taylor's experiments, and the half-thrown experiment, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs.